Well, I have something very funny to talk about.
All right.
You know how China's been talking about their AI, how their AI is going to conquer the world, and they're at leaps and bounds ahead of everyone's AI.
You mean this?
Yes, younger and beautiful.
Yes, that was an example of Huawei's.
That's
Sarah
Sarah AI. Yes, they're cutting edge.
They're cutting edge AI, which is a woman in a booth, just speaking into a microphone, pretending
In
to
Thailand.
be, pretending to be AI in Thailand.
Yep.
Anyway, they have released Ernie. I don't know why it's called Ernie.
Oh, got to give it a name.
Yeah, gotta give it a name. Anyway, Ernie is Baidu's AI, chatbot AI.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a rival to ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Right?
Baidu, by the way, is the Google knockoff. In China, they do the search engines, you know?
Yes. So they released it, and people in China just started losing their minds laughing.
Yeah.
They were just dying laughing because I'll see if you pick up on something here.
Okay.
People started typing things in to try to make artwork, right?
Yeah.
So this one would be like a rival to DALL-E 2 AI, right?
Sure.
So this one says, draw a busy road. But in Chinese, it says, 给我画一个车水马龙的街道, right? So
Yes.
like a busy road. Directly translated would be a water, horse, dragon road, which is that just means like a busy road, right, in Chinese. And what did it do?
Well, it actually just made a watery road with a dragon on it.
Sure. I put a real pictorial demonstration of what it really meant.
What it should be.
On the side.
Yeah.
So it drew like a watery dragon.
Being a bit too literal here.
Right. Let's look at another example here.
Okay, sure.
They asked, "Can a father and mother get married?" And what did it reply?
Said no, because father and mother are relatives and marriage between relatives is prohibited, known as consanguineous marriage. This practice is not only legally prohibited, but also morally and ethically unacceptable.
To get very literally.
Yeah.
Showing its deep prowess, a fantastically strong and powerful AI. Let's continue.
Yeah, so father and mother can't get married, apparently.
No, I couldn't read between the lines there.
No.
Next,
So,
we
I
have
mean,
a
if
great
you're
example.
like, just Commonwealth parents, and you have a kid,
Yes.
you can't get married.
Yes.
Okay, all
It
right.
says 帮我画一个鸳鸯火锅, which means like
Yeah.
like a
yin
hot
yang
pot-
is yin and yang.
yeah,
So
well, it means
yin-
Mandarin duck.
Yeah, which
technically.
and
yeah.
it's yin yang hot pot, and you see them like one side spicy and one side is not spicy.
Anyway, yuan
Yeah.
yang is a Mandarin duck.
Yeah, so that's what they did.
So it literally drew a Mandarin duck sitting in a hot pot with some vegetables.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, which is just kind of one of these things where it's just really taking everything very literally.
What do we have next?
Oh,
we have
Songzi.
yeah, 松鼠桂鱼, right?
Yeah.
帮我画一个松鼠桂鱼. So that 松鼠桂鱼is a delicious
Yeah.
dish in
Oh, I
China.
like it a lot. Yeah.
Very cool. Take
Yeah.
us out of there so people can
Yeah.
see it. Looks
Okay, sure
crazy.
thing.
People put some epic like green things.
Yeah, I
in
know,
the
I've
eyes.
never seen the green things before.
Yeah, right. But anyway,
Yeah.
that's the dish.
Yeah.
Basically, it's a carp, and then they cut it in half and kind of fillet it so that all the meat kind of pokes
And they
out.
put those pine nuts in.
Pine nuts in it, and then it's got like sweet and sour
Yeah,
sauce.
it's a
and
very nice
crispy.
sauce. Yeah,
Tastes great.
that's a great dish actually,
Love
and I
it.
don't even like fish.
So anyway, it's actually called like a squirrel fish, right?
Yeah,
the
yeah.
dish. It's just the style it's made
Sure.
in, right? But here, the AI actually made a squirrel riding on a fish.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, like
Yeah.
chilling on a plate. Now, when you look at actually, I think there might be one more. I can't remember.
Let's take a look.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It says 画一个鹿肉花烧, which 鹿肉花烧, another amazing dish in China.
yeah, it's good. It's like a donkey burger.
It's like, I wouldn't say a burger. It's
Well,
more
yeah,
like a taco.
Yeah,
in a
yeah.
way.
Like we call them donkey burgers,
Yeah.
even
for
though it's not a burger. It's definitely not a burger.
the real ones from Henan are not in a burger shape though. Those are the Beijing ones.
Yeah.
The real ones from Henan are in like a almost a
Yeah,
taco
like
shape. I
that's
used to
right.
get them all the time. Anyway, it's donkey meat in like it could be in a burger type pita,
Yeah,
or it can be in like a long pita.
Yeah.
And it's usually with like bell peppers, or it's just plain. You can put like vinegar and stuff.
yeah,
on
they
it.
taste good.
Fantastic dish.
Yeah, they taste good.
But in direct translation, I guess it would mean a donkey on fire.
Yeah,
火烧,
exactly.
right?
Yeah.
So they actually have a donkey on fire. Now, here's the deal. There's a punchline to all of this, okay? You can leave one of these up just for us to look.
Okay, I'll leave the donkey up.
And I didn't want to run this by you first because I wanted I think you can figure this out, okay? Why is this getting so much ridicule? It's not, and I'll give you a hint, it's not just because these are just literal dumb AI translations. It's because something's very wrong. And what do you think that is? If you had to just think about it for a little while.
Well, I mean,
What's wrong with the AI?
The AI is just shitting out literal stuff, but it's actually very good quality. I've got to say, like the actual artwork's good
I mean,
quality.
all of them are.
Yeah.
All of the AI is. But do you know why? Do you know why the artwork's good quality and why it's being literal?
I don't know. It's probably someone doing it.
Well, you're close.
Okay.
The Baidu AI, and the reason it's getting so much literal ridicule of it being too literal, is not because it's like broken or something.
Right.
It's because it was supposed to be made from the ground up in China by Chinese people for the Chinese language.
Yeah.
And it's not doing that. The
Oh,
reason
yeah,
it's
from that
coming
point
up
of
with
view.
a literal translation when people look at the code,
Yeah.
it's translating everything into Chinese from English back and forth.
Makes
It's
sense.
stolen code from other AIs. China's best and biggest AI is taking Chinese characters, translating
Translating it
them
into English.
in an English AI system,
Yeah.
translating them back so all of the nuance is lost. If
Well,
it
that
was
makes
made,
sense.
if it was made for the Chinese language and Chinese characters, it would have understood every single one of these very
I was
common
going to
things.
say that, like the
Yeah.
fact that it's very literal is strange because it's not picking up on very basic colloquialisms. I
Yes.
mean,
these are very
that's
simple.
a dish. It's just
Yeah.
a dish. You know what I mean?
You can Google them. Google will know them.
It's like it's kind of like if you say what cobbler pie.
Yeah,
and then
peach
someone,
cobbler, right?
Yeah, peach cobbler. But then somebody draws a peach like fixing a shoe.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
you would know what peach cobbler is
Yes.
if you're an English speaker, and
Yes.
so yeah,
It would
makes
know.
sense.
It would pull from the internet what those things are.
I mean, it makes 100% sense because, unfortunately, China sets goals and they talk a big game
Yes.
when they want to create something. We're going to be the best at AI. But then when it comes down to it, brass tacks, and they're like, hey, okay, show us then.
Yeah.
They don't actually have it. They can't develop it, so they have to steal it.
Yep. And
Every time.
they made this whole thing about, we can't show you Ernie AI yet. It's not ready. Like we've been working so hard. Finally, China's going to the Chinese government right now thinks that the rest of the world is going to use this instead of anything else. And at the very least,
Well, they
for
are using it because it's
Yeah,
foreign
exactly.
stuff, right?
At the very least, Chinese people will choose to use this over something else, right?
Yeah,
Because they're having a big problem with people accessing these open AI things using VPNs and things.
Yeah, using ChatGPT and stuff.
And they don't want them to do
No,
that.
it's bad. They
They'll
don't
tell
like
them the
it
truth
at all, yeah.
about Tiananmen Square, about Uyghurs, about genocide, all this kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, and they can criticize the government.
Yeah. So this is just a massive, massive foible and huge problem.
Yeah.
But China doesn't have a actual AI.
No, they don't. They don't.
No.
Not yet. Not their own. I mean, they've got, the equivalent of like a Amazon Alexa.
It's just a copy.
Yeah,
You can't even do your own language.
I know it's bad.
It's crap, dude.
Well,
It's
we'll keep looking at it, and this is just a reminder to all of our audience here. When you see these articles coming out left and right about China's leading the AI race and China's, AI this and that and the next thing. Listen, they can talk all they want, but the actual proof and what we end up seeing, and we make a lot of fun of it here on the show, but what we end up seeing is this.
Younger and beautiful.
If you have to put an actual woman in a booth and pretend and make her motion cap with a webcam.
Yeah.
If you have to do that at your biggest showing.
That was last year.
That was last year where they're hiring and flying people out to come talk to this thing.
Yeah.
And then they realized through corruption, bribery, and all of this crap in the company in Huawei that China's best company can't even make that. So they have to throw a booth babe into a booth and pretend like she only speaks English and Thai right now.
Even though she's developed by China.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then have YouTubers go up and talk to her like it's actual AI and try to tell the world this is actually AI. That's where we're at with China. And why are we investing in this shit?
Exactly. And look, we don't need to go into it in depth because we've actually got whole episodes just about that AI.
We do.
So you can go look it up if you're interested.
So just a little talk to Sarah. It's obviously that in the future there's going to be the opportunity to have a digital girlfriend, which could have a lot of advantages.
How foreigners become Chinese CCP shills
Or
by
just
starting
famous.
or famous by starting by eating Chinese spicy food, spicy chicken feet to genocide denial, right?
Super spicy.
That's such a bullshit fake reaction. I cringe out when I see this.
Yeah, me
shit.
too.
It's so fake. Oh my god!
Isn't it?
I want to die.
Isn't it cringe? Right underneath Tibet in a nutshell, it's like flag raising ceremony in Tiananmen Square, Beijing. Xinjiang, dancing happy Uyghurs.
Oh jeez, she's making me sick.
Anyway, let's take a look at what
I can't watch his shit.
Well-
It actually makes me uncomfortable.
Just come on,
Rip
dude.
off.
Seriously?
Full of shit. They started with chili, spicy food. You end up a shill.
your breath, you fill up my life.